welcome back to our lovely program sessions. We're going to be going over day 2, shoulder, body, balancing. First exercise on our day 2 is going to be called Hulk reps. We're going to be doing 3 sets of 80 reps. We're going to do it with either a band like this or a band like this. So I'm going to look like I'm holding a tree, hold my band in my fingertips, and then I'm going to pull. But I'm actually going to do it with good posture. It's going to be here. The movement isn't any more than 4 to 6 inches. I'm going to be emphasizing pulling with what's called my rhomboids, which is the kind of upper to middle part of your back. Right up there. If I have to do it with a different band, say a longer band, I can just wrap it around something and then get my tree hugging position and what we're going to call pulse. We're going to pulse from that position. So lock my back down and then pulsing. Next, we're going to be doing our tricep dip with full extension on either a bench or some type of chair. I'm going to use this handy dandy box. Flat palms go on the box, then I'm going to curl my fingers down, walk my feet away, dip, and push. Okay, if you can't quite get that full extension to push, get full extension with full contact still on the box. You can also challenge yourself by going on your toes. Make sure that when I'm going down, my elbows aren't flaring out, but I'm going directly behind and straight back up. Exercise number 3 is going to be our A-frame push-up. We have a general idea, I hope, of what a push-up looks like. This one's a little bit non-traditional. I'm going to get my body in what's called an A-frame position here. And then I'm just going to think about dipping my head between my hands. And then from the front, next we have our band pinches and band circles forwards and backwards. There's a lot that goes into this particular exercise, so make sure a couple things, we're getting all 3 hand positions, so thumb up, thumb middle, and thumb down. Those are our 3 different hand positions, and we're going to be doing 3 different types of movements with our band, okay? So first one's going to be my band pinches. So I'm going to be in this position when I'm pulling. So 90-degree angle, not dipping my elbow, but elbow's going straight out from my shoulder. And this is, I'm going to squeeze my rhomboids again, back and down, or you can also think about squeezing your scaps, which is this bony part right here, back down towards each other. We want to make sure that we're not pinching our shoulders here, but nice and tall with a long neck. We don't want to be shortening our neck, but nice and tall and squeezing back and down. So with my band, I will show you. These are my band pinches. Thumb up, thumb middle, thumb down. Doing 20 in each position, okay? The next one is our circles forward and backwards. So my forwards is going to be this way. Again, thumb up, thumb middle, and thumb down, 20 in each position. And then backwards in each hand position. This one will take you a little bit longer. Take your time, do it right. Always constantly check your arm position in reference to your shoulder, and really nice, strong with my 90-degree angle. I don't want to be coming too wide or too far inside. And make sure, again, I'm not crunching my shoulders up, but nice tall posture, squeezing with the top of my back and down. Next is going to be our reverse pec fly, again with our band, holding arms straight out in front. We're going to be doing 3 sets of 12, and we're going to hold and then pull our band. Big emphasis, again, on not crunching our shoulders, but we're going to be back in our really solid, nice, tall position, squeezing the top of our backs. Up here, our scaps pulling down towards each other. Next exercise is going to be our overhead tricep extension fast. This is another really good one to help work on our whip with our arm and hitting and serving. Doing it with a longer band around some sort of either doorway or pole or whatever you have that works that will hold it. Maybe it's even your parent's hand. We're going to go up over our head, elbows not flared out but straight out in front. I'm going to push. And yes, it does say 3 sets of 60. And again, emphasis on speed. We want fast arms. The faster our arm is, the harder we're going to hit and the harder we're going to serve. Next exercise is going to be our internal and external rotation. So, band's going to be at my belly button, okay, and then I'm just going to keep my elbow out. I don't want to pull it into my body, but I'm just going to pull the band out straight, and then I'll go back to my belly button. Just trying to rotate around the axis of your elbow, but we don't want to change the position of our elbow and pull with our back and our body to try to force that band out. Stay nice and tall, elbow out, straight and back in. That's it. That's our external rotation. Our internal rotation, we're going to start in our outward position here, and then I'm going to curl into my belly button. Keeping my elbow out, rotating around that axis. You guys are going to have 3 sets of 12 each side, each way. So I'm going to do 12 external rotations for my left and my right 3 times through, and then 12 internal rotation for my left and my right side 3 times through. So normally I would go external rotation with my left, internal with my right, and then I would switch. Take your time. We don't have to hurry through this movement. We want it to be very specific and very controlled. Us controlling the movement and the band. We don't want it to pull and whip back. Make sure nice and strong. You control the speed of how it goes. Our next exercise is going to be our bent over rows. I will show you front and side position. We're going to be doing 3 sets of 12. You can do it with 2 kettlebells or books or dumbbell weights, whatever it is that you have, or with a band. But my front position is going to look like this. I'm going to row. This is with 2. On the side, you'll see really good posture position. When I'm bending over to start my exercise position, I'm not going to hump my back, okay? So from my side position, I just want to show you guys what our posture should look like. We don't want to roll our back over and have any kind of hump back. Nice, straight, solid position. And I don't want to let my neck curl like this because that exposes my back and puts a lot of stress on it. So I want to keep my core tight and my neck's actually going to be straight. So I actually did a good job putting my hair like this because it's going to help me emphasize putting my ponytail out that way and elongating my body and stretching. So I can kind of stick it out, and that'll help me identify whether I have good posture or not. So I go out, and then I'm going to row. You can also just do it with one arm, and you can put it on some kind of box with your, put your hand, your open hand onto some kind of box. Again, really good, nice, solid, straight position. And I can just row with one arm. And that's why it says count left only, because you'll do 12 on your left and 12 on your right. Next, I'm going to be doing my triple scalp punch in 3 different positions. So if I hold my handy dandy band, I'm going to go up, 45, and out to the side. 2, 3. So every time I do 1, 2, 3, that scores 1 rep. I'm going to do that 6 times. That's 1 set, and then, so I'm going to be doing 3 sets. So essentially you could just count to 18, so I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 18, and that's 1 set, or you can count 1, 2. This is going to be moving my scapula, which is this bone right back here. We want to kind of set it into a solid position and then move it from there. So we don't want a big emphasis, but we want to be nice and strong and then just moving out of that position. All right, last but not least, we have our biceps curl. I can do it with my band, or I can do it with my kettlebells. We're going to be doing 3 sets of 12. Arms all the way straight, and we're just going to go all the way till my hands are right next to my shoulders, and back down. Make sure you're controlling the band. We don't want to go up and down. Nice and controlled, up and down. If I show you from side position, we want to make sure that we're not pushing our elbows into our waist. Try to heave. If it's too heavy, go a little bit lighter so you can get really good technique down. But it should just have a slight space with my elbows. I'm going to go all the way up to the top, hands to my shoulders, and back down. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to answer them. I know this is a lot of new information, and I want you guys to feel like you're being successful at it. So if you feel like you're not being successful, talk to me. We'll make the right adjustments so that you can be. Again, have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I look forward to seeing you guys next year, and looking forward to kicking some butt.